Hey, Jay Allen back again for another of our daily videos sharing more around the 9 most common pricing mistakes that most business owners make. Over the last 10, nearly 11 years now, I've collated an incredible amount of data, well over 1 million different records of data, looking at what causes good businesses to fail. It's what's led us to being able to create the Adder Zero methodology, a now globally recognised and accredited business growth, scale and exit methodology. And from the amount of data, we were able to disseminate patterns and themes and predictability on what happens during a business's growth and scale journey, and then build the methodology all around being able to help and support people to be able to either address or circumnavigate around some of the most common and biggest challenges that business owners face. And one theme that seems to weave its way through almost every different size and scale of business, doesn't matter whether you're a solopreneur, starting out, micro business, established business, far more corporate entity. If there's one thing that seems to be a common theme throughout every single different stage and size of business, it's with regards to cash and money and the flow of money through the business to prevent you from either going or growing broke. And if there's one thing that I've done more and more of with business owners over the last 10 years, it's understand their challenges around cash and pricing. I can't tell you as to how many conversations I've had with people with regards to either a suck it and see or a market average means of being able to determine their pricing. And I've got to express to you that it's the biggest hurdle that's leaving cash on the table and profitability out of your pocket. So today is the 4th of those 9 videos I'll be sharing over the next consecutive days, talking about the 9 most common pricing challenges or pricing errors and mistakes that business owners make. If you haven't already watched the first 3, then simply scroll back through the thread on the page in the community, and you'll see that over the last few days I've been sharing some videos around the 9 most common pricing challenges, and today we're talking about the number 4. If you're watching this live, please feel free to be able to just use the hashtag live so I know that you're online, and if you've got any questions about today's video, then please, I've got an eye on the chat, and if you want to be able to write a comment, I'm delighted to be able to share some thoughts and ideas with you live whilst we're here today. If you are watching this later in the day or later in the week, simply put hashtag replay so I know that you've seen it, and let me know as to has today and this video resonated with you with regards to you and your current pricing strategy. So without further ado, let's kick off and talk about the 4th most common problem or challenge that business owners have when it comes to price and price strategy. And I'm going to call this incongruence. Now, what I mean by that is the price that somebody pays needs to have in some direct correlation a reflection on the service or products that they receive. They have to have a perception of what they're paying for, and they have to receive in round numbers or round terms what it was that they purchased. Let me give you a quick example of how it works particularly well, and then let's look at where people fall foul of that and make catastrophic mistakes, not only in pricing and the lack of rings of the till, but on brand and reputation, and the whole shebang is resting on the price that you charge. Let's assume that I've walked down the high street and I've nipped into a store that's entitled Bargain Basement, and I walk through the door. What am I expecting to see? is it fair to assume that there's not going to be a red carpet, that the lights are going to be beautiful and bright, that everything's going to be really well laid out on the shelves, the assistants are incredibly well trained and well uniformed, wonderfully polite, able to be able to help you around the store and to be able to show and give examples of or allow you samples of their goods? Probably not. Is it fair if I walk into maybe Harrods? I don't expect there to be dirty floor, things dropped on the floor, somebody who works behind the counter in no uniform and perhaps chewing or smelling of tobacco or cigarette smoke, dirty shelves, things missing, pricing that's either advertised and then not correct, or nothing's got a... Is it fair to suggest that that's incongruent with my expectation? Well, you'd be surprised as to how many businesses do that within their business. They will either have a really, really good premium and prime premier type approach. They will have a really, really flashy website that looks the part. They will have an impressive business card. They will have a great presence about them. Everyone that moves towards them, they are exhuming confidence and capability and professionalism, and the perception of the prospect is that this is going to be a bit pricey. These are clearly at the top of their game, and I'm going to have to reach for my credit card as opposed to my piggy bank. And then when they hear the price, oh, how weird. Well, I wasn't expecting that. You see, the business owner is exhuming confidence and showing them all of the things. They are giving them all of the capabilities of willingness to be able to show that they are a high-end and professional product, but they don't have the confidence to charge accordingly. They've looked at the competition and decided, well, you know, I've only been in business for 2 or 3 years, and they've been around for a while now, and well, I couldn't possibly charge that. Nobody would pay that. They've got their own money story going on that's preventing them from charging what they're worth, and as a result of that, their fee is lower than the expectation. And as a result, the prospect, the person expecting to be able to make a purchase, ready to reach for a credit card, oh, well, it can't be as good as I thought it was going to be. I mean, the website gave all of these promises and the likes, and they looked the part, but that fee, there's bound to be something missing. That can't be quite right. And it sows the seed of doubt. Likewise, you might have somebody that's, you know, starting out in business, shall we say, and they haven't quite got everything together yet. The website's under construction, and they're running things off a Facebook page or Instagram or TikTok. They've got a mobile phone number and a Yahoo or a BT.com or BT Internet email address. They're in startup phase. They're testing the waters, as it were. There isn't any business cards. I just tend to hook up with people on social and send them something through Facebook Messenger. Don't get me wrong, all of that's fine. But then when they're asked the fee, and it says, well, it's £10,500 for our starter package, and you make a £5,000 deposit, and then you start to pay £500 or £600 a month over the next multiple years to come. Oh. Well, I wasn't quite expecting that. I thought I was going to get more for my money if that's how much I'm paying. All of a sudden, there's an incongruence the other way also. But I need to make a living. I've invested my entire, my entire summer building out this program. It's worth £10,000. I'm sure it is. But there's an incongruence between what you've said that you'll deliver and what it appears that you deliver, and the program might be exceptional, it might be life-changing, but if all of the bells and whistles aren't there, if the razzmatazz isn't with it, if it doesn't look like a 5-star restaurant, then don't expect a Chateaubriand steak is as it is. And yet the risk is that too many people have got a price in their business that isn't congruent with how they profess themselves to be and what their business looks like. And that is costing you not just potential sales, but brand and reputation and confidence for you to charge more, for them to pay more, and for you to deliver a better service. If that's resonated with you, drop me a comment and I'll let you know as to how to be able to overcome and address it. I've got something amazing lined up in the next week or so that I'm just poised and ready to be able to share with you. But last one, who do you know in your network that really needs to see these videos around the 9 most common pricing mistakes? Simply invite them to come and join us here in the Adazero community so they can get access to this content also. God bless, take care, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.